In this week's episode, we focus again on the US dollar with setups on Aussie USD, gold, pound USD, and pound Aussie dollar. And we announced last week's Trade of the Week winner. Enjoy. Welcome guys, another weekly market review. I want to start us off here on the dollar index. It's one we covered last week, and it's one that might be moving now after the election results came out. And we've been covering this for a while. We mentioned we had this three-drive pattern, which could potentially be the bottoming pattern. And since then, we had the ABC move up. And then last week we had, or a couple of weeks ago, we had the move back below this level. And this looked like one of our reversal patterns. And we were hoping for this market to continue higher. We had quite a big bounce, but after that, the market has reversed. And now it's back below these lows again. So I've got a couple of scenarios in mind, and with that I'm going to be looking at a few setups. Now, first of all, this could still be a reversal pattern to potentially take us higher. However, this is a bit less likely now, and we could actually now head lower and we look at potential targets lower. However, if we do find a bit of a move up, and I don't know how this market is going to open after the election, but potentially I'll have to wait for a move back above this level, similar to what we had over here. You wait for a move back above this level, and then you can get in on a retrace to get long on this market. So while we're below this level, I think you should still be bearish on the dollar, but as soon as we break above this, then you can start looking for longs on dollar pairs. And just looking at the alternative scenario, if you do decide to, or if the market does go lower, we got a little bit of a flip zone area over here. So that'll be the next point of interest, and once we get here, then we're going to start looking for new longs in this market to take this market higher. The first target, if we do find a long, would be these levels over here, and potentially even these levels over here. It is possible that we could maybe even just make a little bit of a correction and come down. Either way, we'll see how it plays out, and we do have that lower time frame plan, and we're going to wait for those levels before we start looking for longs on the dollar. So if we do continue lower on the dollar, then I'll just stay on the side, as I am a bit of a swing trader, and I'll wait for those lower levels before I start hunting for long setups. But if we do get that bounce on the dollar, two pairs that I'll be focusing on is Australian Aussie USD. And if we do get the bounce on the dollar, then potentially this one has quite significant targets lower. We have a bit of a reversal pattern or market structure over here. Bit of an expanding flat, and if you do find any sort of reversal in this area, this will be a great trade to take. So one to focus on if you do get a bounce on the dollar. So just jumping to the 4 hour, we did get into this little order block or supply level, depending on your language. And a nice way to play this is, again, if we stay above this level, then you just sit on your hands. But if you do break below this level, then hopefully we'll find some sort of reversal pattern to take this market lower. Now we have a similar structure on gold, so another one you can focus on. We had this big rally up. This was the last consolidation before the market actually cleared those all-time highs. And since then we had the drop, consolidation, drop, and again this looks like a bit of a consolidation. It is of course possible that the market goes higher. You can't ever predict which way the market's going to go 100%. But from a structure point of view, if we do have a reversal, then again, I think it's quite easy for this market to get back to this little consolidation area that broke those all-time highs around about 1820. So again, I'm not sure how the market is going to open or react after the elections. So, the views might change. But we did actually clear these highs by a pip or so, but potentially we could go higher again, and then you'll start looking for those reversal patterns to get short this market. But like I say, if we do find some more weakness in the dollar, then you're just going to have to sit on your hands on these setups. All right, next up I want to cover two setups by members of our community. The one is by FX Patriot, one of the captains in our room, and he's looking at a potential short on pound US dollar. I know this is a 3-day chart he's got here. And what you can note here is that the market is busy forming this flag or consolidation pattern, and he's marked off this QML or pivot point level over here, which is also a bit of an order block level over here. So he's looking for a potential short on this market to at least to the bottom of this trend line, and potentially lower to take it to this liquidity level below. So one to look out for and one to put on your watch list next week. And the final chart I want to look at is another pound chart, and that is pound Aussie dollar, submitted by Ndumisu, one of our newest members in our community that's also been doing really well. And he's looking at a potential short on this pound Aussie dollar, and I've got the daily chart in front of me, and we have a potential ABC pattern expanding flat here, and he's looking for this market to just clear these lows. So potentially what you could be look for is corrective price action back to this little level that he marked, and there look for your entry patterns to take this market lower. Thanks for that one, Demisu, and we'll put that one on the watch list. Next up, we'll find out who's the winner of this week's TradingView Trade of the Week. Just a quick mention from our sponsors before we get started. If you haven't done so already, sign up for a free 30-day TradingView Pro account to see why so many traders use and love TradingView as their analysis platform. You can also trade using TradingView instead of MetaTrader by opening a trading account with FXCM. I've personally done so myself, and I couldn't be happier. Links in the description below. But without any further ado, let's see those winning trades. Well, another tough week for me to decide the winner. To be honest, there's quite a few setups on there that could have won this week, but I ended up picking the winner this week based on clean strategy, higher time frame bias and an entry pattern. And this week's winner is none other than Sean for his short setup on Aussie dollar, on gold Aussie dollar. Sean is one of those members that has grown so much in our community and contributes so much. Congratulations, Sean. A very nice trade there, and you will be going into that final draw at the end of the competition to find out who's the ultimate winner. But yeah, that's it from me, guys. Continue sharing those setups, and I'll see you all in the trading room. Cheers.